Hey everyone!
Ciao a todos!
Welcome back to our channel.
Yeah, in this video we're going to directly respond to the events that occurred throughout Mexico just last Sunday, February the 22nd.
Yeah, no doubt you've heard about the events that made worldwide news. And given that so many people out there right now are asking, should they travel to Puerto Vallarta? We thought we would discuss if our feelings for the city have changed and whether or not we would travel there ourselves.
Even to Mexico in general, perhaps.
We have been to Puerto Vallarta many, many times. We've been going there for almost 7 years now, a couple times a year usually.
We recognize that we haven't been going there as long as some people have, but yeah, we go there 2 to 3 times a year.
Yeah, so we definitely feel like we are familiar with the city and what is normal, at least from the part-time visitor's perspective. We do have dreams of retiring in Puerto Vallarta, though. We absolutely love it there. That's no secret. If you've watched any of our videos, you know we love the city and we encourage people to go there every chance we get. We're not going to tell you what to do for yourself. That's up to you. But maybe our opinion might give you another perspective to help you make the decision for yourself.
Yeah, now we should say that we are not residents of Mexico and we were not there when things transpired.
Nor have we been back since.
We're only filming this just a few days after the event, so.
Yeah, it's Thursday the 26th. So it's only been about 4 days since.
While we would never want to speak for you guys or tell you directly what you should do, maybe you could use our experience to help you decide your best course.
We've seen so many people, though, online, in comment sections, in Facebook groups, on YouTube channel comments, asking whether or not they should cancel their trip, whether they should postpone or forego Puerto Vallarta completely.
Some people are already in the position where they might have scheduled a trip to Puerto Vallarta and they're wondering if they need to cancel their flights and things like that. And those are all great questions.
If we were amongst those first timers coming to Puerto Vallarta, I can guarantee we'd be leaning towards canceling ourselves.
Yeah, we've made a lot of videos suggesting that you guys head down there for various reasons. And our little kitty says hello.
She can drink.
Yeah. We should also point out that we have not just been to Puerto Vallarta. We've been to multiple places in multiple states in Mexico. And so we kind of do have a bellwether for whether or not the conditions in Vallarta are kind of unique or if they are consistent throughout Mexico.
Yeah, we're not going to claim to be experts by any means. All we can go off of is what people on the ground are currently saying and what the authorities are saying and map that onto our experiences in the country. So, if we had a trip booked there for next week, would we cancel?
Given the conditions that we've been checking every day, I think our answer would be no. We would still be going.
That is absolutely true. I can say that with full confidence. There's no denying that Puerto Vallarta's economy at this point runs mostly on tourism. It's a huge part of the city's economy, and a lot of people depend on it for their daily income. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of efforts that have been made to get the city back to tip-top shape and to reopen and to get things back to normal as soon as possible. The media here in America especially has made a very big deal about what happened, and I'm not going to downplay what happened. It was a big deal. It would have been terrifying to be there on Sunday. But at the same time, I know it is not the normal expectation of Puerto Vallarta, nor do I expect it to become the norm for Puerto Vallarta by any means.
One of the things that we would want to keep track of if we were going to return would be, is it going to happen again, right? Is something like that a normal thing to happen in Puerto Vallarta, a normal thing to happen in Mexico? And how likely is the cartel to display more of these acts? Well, unfortunately, nobody was able to predict the initial cartel response, but it's looking from everything that we've seen that that was a one-time occurrence. And so the residents are going about their business. The expats are starting to go about their business. The red flag warning has been lifted. And so it doesn't look like the terrible thing that happened on Sunday is going to happen again.
Maybe it is our bias because we do love Mexico so much, and especially Puerto Vallarta. Maybe it is our bias saying, no, we still feel like the city is safe. But the images that we're seeing coming out of the city every day tells me, no, I would feel safe there still. It looks and seems like the Puerto Vallarta we've come to know and love.
Yeah, we follow a few other YouTube channels that come directly from Puerto Vallarta. They seem hopeful. They speak to the resilience of the community, to the strength of the pride that the people have in their city, and to the efficacy of the government to clean it up.
Has my opinion of Puerto Vallarta changed as a result of all of this chaos? Maybe in some small way, yes. Everyone always said that the cartels weren't going to come into Puerto Vallarta itself, and that has obviously been proven wrong. So yeah, under extreme circumstances, I don't think Puerto Vallarta is off limits to them by any means anymore.
However, the other indicator that we would be looking for would be levels of violence. Are people getting killed versus displays of major fire bombings and things like that? And everything that we come to understand is there's a lot of property damage. Ton of property damage, but no lives were lost aside from the lives lost in the federal strike, is my understanding. Or maybe there was like one person killed somewhere.
I believe there was one civilian.
And this is across 6 states, though.
Yeah.
It stretched from west to east across the continent.
There were about 30 deaths in total. And that includes the soldiers who lost their lives, as well as the members of the cartel that lost their lives as well. And yes, one civilian death that is extremely unfortunate. But I do think it is impressive, in a way, that such widespread unrest happened and so few civilians were hurt and killed. I mean, I can't help but think that there would be more deaths if a similar situation happened here in America. I could be wrong. That's just what my gut tells me.
And we're never going to know. But that's definitely something that would have made us, once again, not want to go there if a lot of people had died. So I guess the question is, though, would we return and do everything that we have been used to and accustomed to doing when we go there? Or are there certain boundaries now or things that we would observe a little bit more closely?
I would say, at least for the time being, we would probably forego going up into the mountains. Otherwise, though, I think we would pretty much operate as normal. We would not stay out late at night, but we don't usually do that anyway. But nothing happened at night. None of this happened at night. So I don't even know if that's justified being worried about being out at dark either. So
there are some other precautions that we would probably take. One of the challenges that people experienced while they were forced to shelter in place was that they were cut off to both potable water and sources of food. The OXXOs where we would traditionally have gone to buy that water were also burned. So if we were to go there and rent an Airbnb, we would go to one of the kioscos or OXXOs that didn't get burned and really stock up. We don't like to waste plastic or throw away food and water that we're not going to use, but if we were going to go there, we would probably purchase a few days worth of water and some food for our fridge, just in case something went down.
Yeah, exactly. So many times we've gone there and you're not supposed to drink the water. I mean, some people, it's debated, but we don't drink the water from the tap. Some people say you can, we choose not to. We don't want to risk it. We only drink bottled water in the city. So there's been many times where we've had just enough water to get us through the night and we're like, we'll just get some water tomorrow morning at OXXO when we go out for breakfast. We have enough for tonight and to make coffee in the morning and we're good. We probably would not, we would keep more water on hand.
And I think the other thing that we have done, because we enjoy doing it, that we might not do this time around, is rent a car and drive from one state to another.
The farther it goes and the more that these events become in the past, we would probably resume normal activities pretty quickly. But this is us. We've been there many times. We're familiar with the city. We feel comfortable there. And Avi speaks pretty good Spanish. That is a plus, I think, in a situation like that. In the long run, I would definitely say go to Puerto Vallarta. It's a beautiful city. It's one of our favorite places in the world, and I would still recommend that people visit the city.
I think if I had a trip booked and I was leaving tomorrow, I would love to go back to Puerto Vallarta. We're looking forward to returning to Mexico in our near future. Let us know what you think in the comments, as long as it's nice. So thanks again for watching this video, and we will definitely see you in the next one.
Bye.
Ciao for now.